So I was actually going to stay up and watch this and record it as it went live. I was awake at 4 a.m, but then my kind of more sensible brain kicked in and I thought, I've got work in a few hours, I look terrible, I'm tired, my hair's a mess. Maybe I'll just wait until I get back from work. So here we are. It is 4:30 in the afternoon in the UK. This has been up since, well, about 12 hours now. I have managed to avoid all kinds of spoilers. I know what to expect. It is the Age of Sigmar 4th edition cinematic. I'm kind of thinking there's going to be Skaven because that has been the rumors for a long time now. But I've seen no screen grabs, I've seen no thumbnails or screen caps or anything like that. I've avoided Twitter all day long. So I don't know what to expect. But here we are. We are going to watch this cinematic trailer for new AOS, as you can see up there. And I am super hyped. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get in and see this new Age of Sigmar cinematic. Oh. We know it's going to be Skaven, right? Oh, hello.
Sigmar lied.
It's Skaven. Well, that's a Zangor, but it's going to be Skaven. This looks great though already. Is that who
Sigmar told us we were chosen.
Is that who the Stormcast is? Hey, Nagash.
Stolen from death. To be reforged as his weapons.
Reforged and killed again. Reforged and killed again. It does a really good job of showing like the eternal war.
Sons and daughters of the Storm God.
I love that to kind of explain the reforging process and how it affects them. Oh look, there's some warpstone. Oh, I'm loving this already. Actually seeing the mortal realms in more detail. Well, that's a big explosion. There's a big bell. That's obviously Skaven. Like, here come the rats. That's like a whole... That's like a whole Skaven Blight size like continent. Oh, that's so good. That is stunning. Oh, that's so good. That looks insane. Good old rat ogres with their warp fire throwers and... Massive rattling cannon, love it. Let's see it fire, yes. That's fantastic. But you can see how
Sigmar lied.
How it's...
He never told us the true cost of this honor.
Yeah, because it drains them. They come back lesser.
Soon, all that will remain of me is an echo, lost to the storm. But until that day, I fight.
Oh, that's such a good trailer. Like, that was so good at like, it was action packed, obviously. It was super action packed, which I love. But I love that it kind of, summer 2024, that's what we expected. I love that that kind of gave some of the background to the sort of, you know, the forces of Sigmar and how they get reforged, they die, they fight in battle. Like it showed them fighting, you know, Nurgle and some Nighthorns and some Aurochs. And then every time they come back and they're just slightly more diminished, they're slightly lesser. Oh, hello, Nurgle. But I loved seeing the Gash was great.
His weapons.
But I love just seeing the process of them dying and coming back and just being like slightly more scarred, slightly more damaged.
The immortal sons and daughters of the Storm God.
That voice actress as well sounds like the legendary lord for Warhammer Total War. I might be wrong, but that sounded like, I can't remember the legendary lord's name, the female one for Cathay. I could be wrong. But then seeing sort of this massive, because obviously Skaven have been in AOS, we've seen them, but they've been one of the few factions from Warhammer Fantasy that haven't had a full big rebrand yet. And obviously they are now coming in full force and bringing what looks to be the entirety of Skaven Blight in AOS form with them, because this looks enormous. Like, it's bigger than a city. This is like almost a continent-sized landmass coming into the realms of Sigmar.
Sound the bells! Sound the bells!
And obviously they're going to be getting a load of new stuff because the Skaven have got quite a dated range. But I like the fact that it looks like some of the stuff that they got in the End Times, which is, I mean, it's still old because the End Times is now nearly 10 years old. But some of the bigger, so like the bigger Rat Ogres, the new Rat Ogres with the weapons is a unit that came in with the End Times. I can't remember what they're called, but I imagine they're probably going to stay the same. But getting what looks to be a new sort of leader on a mount, probably new sort of like infantry units. Oh, it's so good seeing the Sigmarines fight. It's just great. Obviously, we got the Rattling Gunners and everything that will probably get an updated kit. And then we got the big Gatling cannon. Obviously, we do have Rattling cannons already, but sort of like a bigger, newer version of that. I don't know how much of the range will be just a revamp or how much will be brand new units. But normally in these cinematics, they show you what's going to be in the starter box. So I imagine we're going to get this Sigmarine Lord on his mount, these flying dudes with their spears, because I think the Sigmarines at the moment, they've got some flying dudes with bows, but I don't know if they've got any flying dudes with melee weapons. I could be wrong. I don't know either Skaven or the forces of Sigmar all that well, but certainly looks to be a lot of new stuff coming based on this cinematic. Oh, I love that shot. That shot is so good. But obviously, the really big thing as well is that obviously this is... I love the Skaven running away. Like, they're still cowards. They may be getting a whole brand new range, but they're still cowards. But obviously this... That was a bing. Obviously, the big thing is that AOS 4.0 is coming. We are getting a brand new edition, which is really, really exciting. Like, I obviously have been in the game since the first version of AOS, but I never really played it until the most recent 3rd edition. So it's really exciting to be on the cusp of a new edition arriving and coming and actually being part of the changeover. I'm really excited to see what changes are coming. Obviously, we've got the potential combat patrol style system coming in as well, which I think they did talk about a bit more in Adepticon. Again, I've managed to avoid spoilers, so I've tried to avoid looking at anything, even Warhammer Community, but I know there has been talk about showing a few more of those Battle Force boxes off. Can't remember what the name of them is, but they're basically Age of Sigmar Combat Patrol, so it'll be interesting to see what they are involving, what new changes are coming into AOS from 3rd edition. There have been rumors about it being sort of not streamlined, but like an index edition where everything gets revamped back to sort of a base level, which could be quite good. Sometimes it works well. I think for certainly going from 7th to 8th edition 40k, I thought it worked well. Going from 9th to 10th, arguably there was a lot of imbalance there, but hopefully they do it right for AOS and they get everyone back to sort of a good base level, so the game is really balanced and good going forward. But just based on this cinematic, I am really excited to see what we get for the Forces of Sigmar, for the Skaven. I love the fact... Where is he? I want to see him one more time. I love the fact that we got to see Big Papa Nagash.
Stolen from death.
He didn't look particularly happy when the Sigmarine got taken away from him, but you know, that is what it is. I love the fact that we see him as like a god form, because obviously his model in the game, he's like pretty big, but like here he is gargantuan, like, you know, he is a proper god. And I love that portrayal of him. I think this cinematic was just a really good way of showing off some cool action and some new models and like new characters that are going to be coming in the game. But it was a really good place for GW to kind of emphasize a lot of the lore and show what the Stormcast go through, show what kind of the cities kind of live through and experience when they see that big Skaven Blight city coming out of the ground, and actually see what war is like in the Age of Sigmar, like seeing what it's like to fight Nurgle, what it's like to fight the Nighthorn, and just give you a really good visceral experience of AOS that I think really will draw people in. So I love this cinematic. That was absolutely fantastic. I would go as far as to say I preferred it to the 10th edition one. I thought the 9th edition cinematic for 40k was one of the best cinematics I've ever seen. That's probably one of my favorite cinematics GW have ever done. But this one was well up there. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought it was really cool to see. So that is going to be it for this video. I'm not going to blather on too much longer, but I am really hyped to see what changes are coming for AOS. And I'm sure we will find out a lot more about it over the coming months. And it looks to be coming in summer. So I imagine probably a July release is where my bet is going to be. Late June, early July at some point. So I am really excited to count down the next sort of 3 or 4 months until it is in our hands. But as always, I'd love to know what you thought of this trailer. What did you like to see? What are you hoping for the Stormcast and for the Skaven? Let me know all of your thoughts and anything that I may have missed in terms of Easter eggs or units that you saw or noted down in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me. But until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.